You know that from the beginning, and it's not. We expected that there will be innovation from the Israeli to West Bank, especially in the north of West Bank, and especially Jenin and refugee camp in Jenin. So this is was, that's according to the last meeting between the last Friday, there is a cabinet meeting and is in Tel Aviv, and it was agreement inside the cabinet that according to the agreement between Smotrich and Netanyahu, that he will go ahead with the security issues in West Bank, especially in Jenin. He will start it with Jenin and also all the north part of West Bank, and they started with the closing all the roads, as you mentioned in your now broadcasting, that it had been today, they and yesterday, they closed all the main roads in West Bank between the main cities. And although at the same time, they started their campaign in Jenin refugee camp and the city of Jenin, and they killed 6 persons and injured about 35. And they entered the refugee camp Jenin, and they said they will stay maybe for a long time. So it is the beginning, the starting point that they will continue. And what they called the name of this campaign is the Ionic Walls. So that means it will take time, and there it's just that this campaign is coming in order to satisfy Smotrich, in order to stay on the government, and also at the same time Ben-Gvir. So
Yes,
there is
but
a difference
sir,
between. Yeah.
yes, but what originally prompted Israel to launch a major offensive in Jenin so soon after the Gaza ceasefire?
As I said, it's because of Smotrich threatening that he will resign from the government unless that they will launch a campaign in West Bank. And because of this, Netanyahu, in order to satisfy and persuaded, that Smotrich to stay in the government, and in order not to collapse the government, so he, that's give he go ahead with what Smotrich want to start this campaign in Jenin. And from this, it's a beginning. So they will go ahead with all the West Bank. And this is what Benir and also Smotrich requested from the beginning, that their purpose is not, that's like in Gaza. It's different because here it's the deepest of Israel here. Here they are thinking that the West Bank is the much vital and substantial for the extreme government, especially for the Tunisian, that parties. They are focusing on the West Bank. They are focusing on settlements here, to increasing the settlements, to increasing the number of the settlers, and also to kick off the people from here. So it's coming because of the willing of Smotrich to increase the settlements, and this is one of the preconditions from Smotrich to stay in the government.
Dr. Makki, what impact might this offensive in Jenin have on the broader peace and ceasefire process?
I think this is something different. This is issues, other issues, because as you know, in the agreement, all the agreement have been for Gaza. It's different from in the West Bank. In the agreement of the West of Gaza, it's as you know 3 stages, which it will take time, and they have their conditions there, and they are until now they are commitment from the two parties, from the Hamas and the Israeli in West Bank. But as for the impact, if it is still and going long and killing many people, I think there will be response from even Hamas. But uh, يعني, at the end, I don't think that Hamas will go ahead with, that's violate the agreement, because they know that this is the moment that Smotrich and Ben-Gvir is waiting, that is starting from Hamas, and also they are committed to the American and to the moderators like the Egyptian and the Qatar. So in West Bank is different, or it's another issues, but we will see what will happen in the West Bank, and it's depending on the period, and depending on the casualty, and depending on the number of the people, if they have been killed from the Israeli, or if there will be, that shooting between the two parties from the residents in Jenin and West Bank. And if it's also continue, not just in Jenin, maybe it will expand to be on Nablus, Qalqilia, Tulkarim, and after that on the middle of the West Bank. And about the reaction also from the PNA, Palestinian National Authority. As you know, the Palestinian National Authority security was surrounding Jenin refugee camp from the beginning. But now the Israeli, their role. So there is contempt from the presidential office about this campaign. But at the end, maybe it will be like 2002, without any that between clashes between the Palestinian and between Palestinian security and between the Israeli. So that will be between the between the residents, between the Palestinian resistance, and also between the Israeli soldiers.
Well, there are Israeli media reports on a series of resignations in the Israeli military leadership. How does Israel's top general's resignation, citing the terrible October 7th security failures, reflect the growing unrest in Israel and its impact on Netanyahu?
I think that this is something expected after the war and after the ceasefire started from the 3 days before. So I think like Herzi Halevi, which is the security of the IDF, he announced that he is blamed for what happening in the 7th of October, and he will bear responsibility. And also today, also after that, the head of the southern, that area in Gaza, Brigadier Brinkleman, also he that means they bear their responsibility, and they said that they will bear some of this responsibility, and it is better for them to be out of the IDF. But what I want to say is that maybe it will be like a domino. It will be one by one, and this is for the security side. But for the political sides, and this is the important things, it should be noticed that who blame for all these things is the Prime Minister Netanyahu, which he is not, until now he denied, and he neglected this, and he is not, that he has not admitted that he is blamed for this. So we will see after the security people who resigned, who will come after that. Maybe the security other general will come after that, and we'll see about who will be from the political, as Mr. Gantz, and he was one of the member of the that war cabinet, and he resigned with Azengod. They said that for Levy, yes, he was one of the people who was responsible, but also he considers after that he could build the IDF, and he didn't want to blame or the be responsibility by this person, but he also noticed that also the political side should be also bear the responsibility.